Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a little update of my 30-day puzzle challenge. So if you're new to this, I'm trying to do 30 puzzles in 30 days. And that doesn't necessarily mean doing a puzzle each day. It just means by the end of the challenge, I'm trying to complete 30 puzzles. And I did have some criteria which I was going by. So the first thing is I needed to make sure I was puzzling at least 1 hour per day, that I wasn't purchasing any more puzzles because I am trying to reduce the amount of puzzles in my collection, that the puzzles that count for the piece count have to be a minimum of 300 pieces. So I'm going to go over my experience so far. I have some footage from some of the days that I was puzzling to give you some thoughts and opinions of how I was going. I'll show you all the puzzles I've done so far and just some things that I've learned so far about my puzzling habits and things that I definitely have noticed since starting this puzzle challenge. So that's what we're doing today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's just go back in time to see where my thoughts were on day one. All right, it is day one of my puzzle challenge. I'm starting off later in the evening. It's about 8 o'clock. I'm starting off with this 300 piece one from Crazart, and this one is called Autumn Express, and it's just, I wanted to start off really easy. Plus Dave is using the TV, so I can't really puzzle and watch TV at the same time right now. So I might do this one really quick while he's still awake, and then I might switch over there this evening. And I do want to keep track of my time for how long I take just in general for this challenge. So I'll probably do a couple hours tonight, and I don't want to start this late in the evening every night because I have the tendency to start puzzles at like 10 p.m. and then not go to bed until like 1 or 2. So we're trying to be smart about my puzzling time. So I'm sure I'll be able to finish this one up in like 45 minutes and then move on to the TV, maybe do a 300 or 500 piece one. We'll see. But so far I'm excited. I'm nervous. I realized how many 1,000-piece ones that I want to do this month, and I think it will be challenging just for time. So we'll see what we can do. So I haven't done a Crazart puzzle, as I've mentioned, in a really long time, and their 300-piece ones are massive in surface size. Like, look at this guy. He is so huge. So it's going to be a really fun image. So Loki is saying that it is time to move on from this puzzle. I did complete it. It took me about an hour to do, which is a little bit longer. Hi, buddy. But the piece cuts was definitely a little bit more whimsy than I was expecting. I really enjoyed this one. Really good quality. Love the chunky, thick, large and in charge pieces. And I really have no complaints. This guy, oh my gosh, he's saying, Baba, do you want to go snuggle? That is what I'm going to do. Me and Loki will go ahead and snuggle with the puzzle board in the living room now that Dave is asleep. I just really enjoyed this one. It was really nice, calming, didn't rush through it. It took me a little bit longer than normal to do a 300 piece, but I really was not. I'm timing myself, but not for speed. I hope that makes sense. My current method is to do the smaller piece counts in the beginning of the week so I can like crank them out, and then do the larger piece counts towards the weekend when I have a little bit more time for the weekend. Because I don't think we really have any plans any weekend this month, so that may work out for me. So I converted our couch to have it so I can put my legs out. My favorite feature about our new couch, because it's so cozy. I also have some puzzle snacks, just Cheez-Its and some lemon water. And then I did pick out the 300 piece 99 birds one just because I'm kind of tired. It was a long, busy work day. And so I don't know how late I'll be staying up, and I really just want to chill and veg out watching TV. So starting my puzzling a little earlier in the day is about 6 o'clock. Last night I stayed up way too late. Do not start puzzles at like 11 p.m. Anyways, This one is the Eeboo 500 piece circular votes for women puzzle. I think it's going to be just super fun and quick. So I'm going to start with this one this evening, and I think I'm only going to do this one this evening. I think this was the fastest I've ever done a 500 piece by myself. 1 hour and 15 minutes. I think that's pretty good. So I had a lot of fun with this one. Super bright, very colorful, very quick and easy. Sorry for the lighting in this clip. It's late at night again, and I need to get out of the habit of puzzling this late at night, like starting puzzles this late at night. Also, there's a fan right here. So today did not go as I was planning. I woke up this morning with this shoulder completely out of whack. I slept wrong, and I could barely turn my head or move my right arm pretty much all day. And I had originally planned to actually film a puzzle video today, but apparently I haven't been doing my puzzling stretches, so I wasn't able to puzzle during the day. So I'm starting a puzzle, of course, at 9 p.m. I need to get out of the habit of doing them so late. I was originally going to be doing the wooden puzzle today, but instead I'm going to just start on the Springbok one. Really looks super quick and easy and fun. So I'm just going to do at least my hour of puzzling, but I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this. So today is Sunday, and I'm already behind in my 30-day count, mostly because I was doing the 100-piece puzzle video. So I did 12 puzzles in the past 2 days, but they weren't ones that counted towards the puzzle count. So I am doing this wooden puzzle by Trefl. Definitely tricky, tiny pieces, but it's so fun. I only gave myself until 1:30 today, so I just hit my 1:30 mark just because I have other stuff to do. And I think that's what I'm gonna have to do instead of like doing the late night puzzling, because as much as I love it, and I definitely do a ton of puzzles late at night, I'm really tired and I can't do it every single night. So I am going to stop this puzzle, even though I'm over halfway done. I'm going to pause, maybe come back to it this evening, but I just wanted to let you know my status. Starting off on the challenge, I was all guns a-blazing. I did a few 300 pieces. It was super fun, but I quickly noticed that my 300-piece puzzle collection that was on my to-do list was much smaller than what I was anticipating. Now, one thing I was kind of expecting for me at the beginning was that I was going to reserve the weekends for my larger piece counts. You know, so during the week I'm doing my 300, 500, and then during the weekend I would have a full day and I'd be able to do 1,000 piece for like each weekend day. That wasn't the case. My weekends were filling up. So weekend one, I had done my 100-piece puzzles. So I had done 12 100-piece puzzles, which is a lot of pieces, you know, so I did 1,200 pieces that weekend. As far as piece count, those ones didn't count because they weren't the minimum 300-piece puzzle. And so it was super fun, but I missed out on a whole weekend for my challenge. And then I ended up going into weekend two with again, the same expectation, like at least I'll get 1,000 piece done, maybe two, one each day. But I ended up filling that weekend with a bunch of canning because our produce came in. And so we ended up having a really busy weekend doing things around the house and canning. And I was also getting things ready for work, like my business and such. And so that second weekend also was full. So the expectation of me doing 1,000 pieces quickly dwindled, and I realized that 1,000 pieces are a bit more of a challenge currently if I was to do it all in one sitting, or let's just do that many. Like I can't do a 1,000-piece puzzle in a day currently. So I did do one 1,000-piece puzzle, and I started off with the Tania Wicks Citrus Burst, which I will say, image stunning. The image is absolutely beautiful, but starting that puzzle, I realized it was going to be a very challenging one, which again, wasn't the best thought process because I should have gone towards more of those easier puzzles, the ones that are bright and colorful and quick. So on day 8, I had taken out the Citrus Burst puzzle, I flipped everything upside down, I got the border done. And then on day 2, I did a little bit of the grapefruit, like specifically the rind. I had only spent an hour on there, and then I moved to a 500 piece. So I did a very light sort. This is the full image, which I think I could have chose an easier puzzle, but I don't know. We'll see how this goes. But I have the edges, the red pieces, which are quite a lot, and then these are the edge of the red where it's like this rind part here. And then we have all these pieces, which are the other citrus fruits. And then I added these ones to the side because they could be the grapefruit or the orange because of the coloring. So I think I'm only going to attempt the edge tonight, and then we'll see what else I can do tomorrow. But I think this is going to be a beast. Today is day 10 of my 30-day puzzle challenge, and I will say I'm behind because I was working on this Citrus Burst by Tania Wicks. I'll show it to you here. It's a beautiful puzzle. I'm still struggling through it. I'll show you where I'm at currently. It's the one I've been working on for the past 2 days, but not for like a long time. I've only been doing like my minimum hour each day, and it's really beautiful, and I'm sure at the end it'll be beautiful, but it's time consuming and it's taking away from other puzzles. So I'm trying to get back on track. And so today we are doing a 500 piece by Ravensburger, and I think it'll just be super chill. And I did really enjoy that puzzle. It was so relaxing, so fun, so challenging. But in the end, it did only take me about 9 hours to do the whole puzzle. I just think in my head it was more time consuming than it really was, just because of the difficulty level. So I had worked on the Tania Wicks puzzle on days 8, 9, 12, and 13. So I had done it for a few days, which is very rare for me, and that was really fun. It was something that I had learned that I can spend just maybe an hour or two at my puzzle table without it being a full day experience to do 1,000 pieces, to just get more 1,000 pieces done. So that was really fun to figure out. 30 puzzles in 30 days, I'm doing pretty good at. Right now, I do have 13 puzzles complete. Today is day 15, and it's still in the morning, so I can definitely easily do 2 puzzles to get caught up. So I am still in a really good spot as far as piece count, and I'm including the pieces that I did for the 100 pieces in this piece count, but I didn't include them in my puzzle count. So far for pieces, I've done 6,600 pieces in August, which is lower than I was expecting at this point. Again, I was expecting to do a few more 1,000 pieces, but I'm still really proud of how many puzzles I was able to do, like being able to do 13 puzzles in 15 days, and I still have time at the end of the day. Like I'm very happy with that, and I have, I think, enough 500 pieces to last me through the challenge. It makes it so I'm pretty much depleted of 500 pieces at the end of this, but I also feel like I'm going to be going into future months with the mindset of doing maybe a few more 1,000 pieces each month than what I'm currently doing, just because I can just spend an hour in the evening to do puzzles. One other thing I want to mention, and that I've noticed recently, and you see that throughout the video, is that I'm always puzzling at night, and it's always like a last minute thing. Like I decide to start a puzzle at like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, which is fine by me. I'm a night owl. I stay up till midnight every single night, sometimes later, watching TV, and so I don't mind doing them at night. But what I'm also learning is that when I puzzle in the morning, even if it's just like an hour in the morning, and since I do work for myself, I have the privilege to make my own schedule, I am so much more productive after that hour of puzzling is done in the morning. And I don't know what that is psychology wise. I think it's maybe like almost like, whenever you're looking up morning routines, they're like, wake up, make the bed, and then you have feel like you have like a burst of energy because you've done something for the day. For me, it's almost like do a little bit of puzzling and then you feel accomplished. So I think for me, I would love to incorporate puzzling for an hour in the morning, part of my morning routine, because it does kind of give me a burst of productivity. So that's something I want to experiment with moving forward for this 30-day challenge, to see how much more stuff I get done if I puzzle in the morning versus puzzling in the evening. Now I still will most likely puzzle in the evening because that's just when I have time. That's when Dave's asleep and the house is quiet and I'm watching TV and I'm chill, so I'm definitely still going to be puzzling in the evening. It's something to look into, So for the 30 puzzles in 30 days, I feel like I'm doing well. I got my groove. I feel like I can finish it no problem. The other part of this challenge, though, is the no-buy, which I didn't think at the beginning was going to be much of a challenge. I was expecting it to just be like, oh, no, not buying puzzles, that's completely fine. But I'm realizing now how often I'm either searching for puzzles, looking at people's Instagram, putting things in my cart, taking things out of my cart, researching puzzle brands, going to thrift stores. Like I feel like my outing right now is looking for a new thrift store, seeing if there's puzzles there. And so not buying puzzles gives me, one, more time to puzzle because I'm not looking up puzzles, but it is saving money. I do think that I could benefit from more 300 pieces because I like the smaller piece counts. You know, I could spend that time doing a larger piece count, but I like doing the smaller piece count. So that is pretty challenging. I'm doing fine. I haven't bought anything so far. I am excited though for when this challenge is over, and it's not like I'm going to be like going crazy and spending a ton of money, but I do have my full budget for August now for September's Puzzle Jam South. So I'm going to a puzzle event where I'm expecting to purchase puzzles, and I do set aside money each month for puzzling. And so now I have like a good chunk of money for September, which is awesome. So I'm doing fine. I do think I would again benefit for some smaller piece counts going forward, but I am not hurting, you know, I'm doing okay. So that's where I'm at currently. I hope you liked this video. I feel like I was very rambly and I had a hard time like grasping what I was going to be doing for this video, but that's just all the stuff that I wanted to talk to you about today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to stick around for how this all ends. Will I actually complete all 30 puzzles or will I fall behind? Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all have a fantastic day and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.